So you know those shows you watched all the time when you were a little kid, and even though you're an adult and every inkling in your body is telling you that this show you should not like anymore, and yet you kinda do? Well, for me, that show is The Suite Life of Zack and Cody.
Well, I filmed this the same day as Unhappy Medium, so there's not much to say. This would be the last review I posted when I was 24, as I put it up just a couple days before my birthday. In fact, I may have actually been at my parents' place when I uploaded it. And my original title card actually had the Pop Riffs logo on there because I just missed it. But anyway, French 101, I really don't like this episode. I think I've made it clear that I hate when episodes are mean, and I especially hate it when they take nice characters and make them do mean things. And this one takes Cody, the much nicer twin, and turns him into a little psycho willing to manipulate and lock Zack in a closet to get a girl who he made no mention of liking to his brother. If it wanted me to sympathize with Cody getting the girl, then it needed to make Zack much more unlikable. And thankfully, there's an episode that came out later in season 2 that did just that. It's called Twins of the Tipton, so let's begin. So it turns out the Tipton is holding some kind of twins convention, which, really? I mean, I know there's a con for everything, but that just seems like a very small market, even considering fraternal twins.
Wow. So this is what we look like to other people. It's kinda creepy.
Maybe if they weren't wearing the exact same clothes. Who does that? Zack notices some hot twins, but Cody isn't interested since he already has a girlfriend named Irma. Some fighting happens and Mr. Mosby gets hurt, always a great source of comedy.
Oh, I landed on my A.
Huh, get it? He landed on his ass.
What a loser.
Say what you want, Zack, but one of you has a date tonight while the other one is watching World's Funniest Truck Collisions.
I know that's a joke, but I can totally see that show being a thing now. In fact, it was. It was called Car Crash TV. We are living in a TV show. Bob arrives and has some bad news for Cody.
Oh, I'm about to make fun of Cody before his date?
Actually, I'm here because Cody doesn't have a date. Irma postponed it.
So when?
Well, when I say postponed, I mean dumped.
Aw man, I feel so bad for Cody being dumped by this girl we've never seen before. Think about all the times they spent together we didn't see.
You're lying.
I got it directly from the source. Irma told Cam, who told Phil, who told Ashley, who told Brenda, who told Dylan, who told Cole, who told me. It's over.
The brilliance of that joke is untouchable. Cody is upset as she apparently dumped him to get back together with her ex.
But there are lots of fish in the sea.
I don't want a fish. I want Irma.
Don't worry, Cody, you'll get together with a babe in a few years. Eventually everything will be okay. Now time for the subplot with London.
Everyone here is a twin, like Zack and Cody.
Zack and Cody are twins?
And London's Flanderization has taken full effect, but again, Brenda could usually make it work. And unlike Chelsea, she always was a bit ditzy. It just got worse over the series. So she meets a cute guy, and after a kind of funny scene, we see these old guys.
Hey, damn! What? Go long! Okay! I got it! I got it! I got it! Touchdown!
Oddly, this was a subplot on a Lizzie McGuire episode once with Matt and Melina. One of the hot twins, named Jessica, asks if she's seen her sister Janice.
Last night, I dreamt that I was being devoured by ferocious hamsters. Turns out it was just my little brother nibbling on my toes.
Oh, Bob. He asks her out, but she won't go unless Cody is willing to go out with her sister. You know, I never got that. Let's say they go on this double date and fall in love. How is that gonna work down the road? You can't marry your sister-in-law. Well, I guess you can, but it would be weird. Before anything happens, we cut to Maddie meeting a cute guy who looks exactly like the guy who met London earlier. Cody is handling the breakup pretty badly and isn't interested in dating hot English twins.
But come on, this is the best thing that's happened. It's too soon to start dating again. It's been a whole hour.
London and Maddie meet up with the cute guy they met earlier, and he says he can set one of them up with his brother.
He's smart.
Oh, I'll take him.
But unfortunately, he's not quite the looker his brother is.
You don't look anything alike.
That's what fraternal means.
Hi, Eric. Where's Craig? Yes, that's Scott Halsberg's dad. How do you say that name? Who played Eric on Drake and Josh. He would have been pushing 30 at the time, playing a high school student. Do you think I, who's about to be 28, could pull off playing a 16-year-old? Huh. Actually, Zack does eventually manage to get Cody to go on the date, but he does it in a very Asheville-ish way. And that's what I'm talking about. Zack is actually in the wrong here. So let's see if they can stick the landing. I will say we do jump around between the two subplots a lot, so to keep things clean, I'll just cover London and Maddie's date first. Maddie is upset that she got stuck with the goofy-looking twin.
You picked him.
before I saw him.
Man, Maddie, never would have pegged you as someone so shallow, but this actually has a good payoff later. So Eric, and yes, I know that's not his name in the show, but that's what I see when I look at him. I mean, besides the face, he's honestly dressed pretty well for the date, but we start to find out there's something else about this guy.
Did you know that 80 hairs fall out of your head every day? Did you know that the dust under your bed is mostly dead skin? Did you know that it takes 3 hours for meat to move through your intestines so the bile can churn up the gastric acid?
Wow, what a dork.
Hope you gentlemen are enjoying your steaks.
We're not having steak. No, we're having seafood. See? Food.
I like these guys. So turns out Eric is just gross, like really gross.
Did you know it takes 6 bags of cow manure to grow 1 bag of potatoes?
Again, not the worst person in the world, but seriously needs to learn some table manners. Eric realizes he's been a lousy date and the two share a nice moment. But then this happens.
Great, because I'm nuts about London. Can you distract Kirk so I can ask her out?
Oh, what a douche!
Well, I know London likes them rude and soggy.
Good on you, Maddie. To Zach and Cody's date. The girls are those types of twins that finish each other's sentences and stuff like that. Honestly, they're kind of adorable.
Your brother seems a tad depressed. More like a smidge. It's more like a smidge.
Fun fact, the actresses, Camilla and Rebecca Russo, were picked out of the audience for a taping of the show, and became some of the most memorable supporting characters, even appearing on The Suite Life on Deck years later. Good for them. So Cody isn't having a good time.
No, I don't want to bring anyone down. Good thinking. It's Irma. Way to hold out.
Once again, Zach is the asshole in this situation. Cody tells them about Irma, but Zach says he was a gerbil. As Zach heads to the bathroom, Cody tells them the truth.
You'd always get another gerbil. Irma was my girlfriend. You were dating a gerbil? Well, to each his own.
That 5 seconds of dialogue might be the funniest in the entire history of the Disney Channel.
After I broke up with Troy, I wept for a month. I told you not to go out with an older man. He was 13 and a half.
The love every parent fears? It leads to all 3 of them crying as Zach comes back. The girls get frustrated that Zach is being so insensitive over his brother's feelings, saying men should be able to cry. So he does this stupid shit.
See? Ow, 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 no, soda!
The girls take him to the movies.
Well, honey, I'm sorry your date was ruined, but you got what you deserved.
Exactly. See, Carrie, you could be an alright mom, sometimes. Cody is all cheered up and Zach is miserable, just as it should be. I like this episode a lot. The comedy is consistently funny. I forgot how downright hilarious this show could be. I like the main plot. Sure, it's weird that it's all built around a breakup of a couple that was never established before, but it at least plays Cody's heartbreak for laughs. It never really attempts to take it too seriously. The subplot is good too. Maddie prematurely judges Eric on his looks, but as the date goes on, it turns out that he's not only gross, but just a douchebag. It's a more original way of telling that story than he's super nice and funny and you just need to overlook the flaws. Not saying that doesn't happen, just nice to see a different take. Now comparing it to French 101, this episode makes Zach 100% in the wrong. He knows from the beginning that Cody is upset about the breakup and yet practically forces him onto another date before he's ready. Not to make him feel better, but so he can get a date with a hot chick. Cody does absolutely nothing wrong, and in the end, Zach is properly punished while Cody is much happier. So yeah, I say this would rank as one of the best episodes I've covered for the series. Not a masterpiece, but certainly one I would watch again and again. So next up will be the spin-off, The Suite Life on Deck. I've covered one of the dumbest episodes last time, so we need a fantastical episode that actually works. See you next week.
Mosby, where's Patrick?
He crashed his foreign sports car.
Why isn't Rich filling in for him?
Rich is the one he crashed into.
But what about Gary?
Gary got hit by the ambulance. This way.